What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're back in the Garden of Tranquility. The sun is shining, it's finally starting to feel somewhat summery, not too cold, so I am hitting a workout at home. What I do when I'm at home is I hang my rings in the trees and do whatever, and I have kind of like a patio space where I can move about and do handstands and all that sort of good stuff as well. And I also have some homemade PVC parallettes, which I'll put a link to in the description down below on a tutorial how to do it. Really quick, really easy, great way to get some cheap parallettes. So today's video is my personal favourite bent arm superset. So some of you may have come across this before, the idea of pairing antagonistic movements together. So that would be like pairing a push with a pull, or pairing a squat with a hamstring dominant exercise in the legs. So the idea of pairing two opposing muscle groups so that you can have a slightly shorter rest in between, but when you come back to doing each movement, so each pushing movement or each pulling movement, you actually have a longer rest in between. So you take shorter rest periods, but you get more recovery for independent muscle groups. Kind of weird, but basically it's a good way of cutting down your workout time. And also making the workout a little bit more intense, because it's almost like a circuit style nature. So that is what we're going to be going through today. The exercises we're going to be using are my two favourite bent arm exercises. The first is a pull-up / one arm chin-up progression, or one arm chin-up if you're just a straight up beast. I will take you through each progression briefly, and then we're pairing that with some handstand push-ups. Like me, all you need to do is choose an appropriate progression for you. I will show you a few different examples. I should mention quickly that these reps and sets will depend on the exercise that you're doing, because if you're doing an easier exercise, then you should be able to get more reps in, so you're probably going to do less sets. Without further ado, let's hop into the examples. Alright guys, so jumping straight into the first exercise. Now the most important part of these progressions is the tempo. 3-second eccentric, 0 seconds at the bottom, explosive concentric up to the top, and then a 1 second hold if you can. So the first progression was the pull-up. Now I suggest you only do a maximum of 5 reps of this exercise before moving on to the next progression, which is the assisted one arm chin up. So basically you're going to be moving down the rings a little bit each time, and then all you have to do is swap around, turn 180 degrees, and then do it on the other arm. If you're doing this on a bar, you can also use like a rope that's attached to the bar and hold at different intervals down the rope. The way we're going to scale this is simply by altering the height of the rings. So the lower it is, the less assistance you're going to be getting, and the harder the chin up is going to be. So that is the progression you can do. The final progression would be just a standard one arm chin up, but I'm too heavy and not strong enough to hit those out yet. So now onto the handstand press up portion. The first progression we're going to be using is a standard pike push-up. Now here I've got my feet elevated on a surface just because the parallettes are higher, but you want them to be flat. You want to go down as deep as possible and all the way back up. Again, the tempo is the same as the pull-up. Slow eccentric, explosive concentric. The next progression would be an elevated pike push-up, so where your feet are a bit higher than your hands. You can do this up to 1 meter above your hands if you want to. Then moving on to some eccentric handstand push-ups. Now if you're not comfortable in the handstand yet, you can do these against the wall. I would recommend doing them chest to wall, simply because it's a better for practicing the freestanding one. Or if you're like me, you can do it freestanding. And then the final progression would be doing some handstand push-ups freestanding. I personally can't do these. I thought I could do it on the floor, but apparently not. So preferably on the parallel, so you can get a really good range of motion in, and that are the progressions. Select one that is appropriate for you. Use the rep range that comes with that exercise, so we're either talking 3 to 5 reps, 2 to 4 reps, or if you're going for those eccentrics, then about a 4-second eccentric. Rest 120 seconds between each exercise, and then you're going to want to repeat that for 4 to 6 rounds. So we're going to go one arm chin up, rest 120 seconds, handstand push up, rest 120 seconds, one arm chin up, and then repeat for 4 to 6 rounds, and that is it, guys. This is a pretty beastly bent arm exercise, and I'm now going to show you some of the clips from my particular workout. Enjoy. So that is the Superset, guys. One of my favourites. I do this most bent arm workouts, I would say. It's a nice vertical push, vertical pull. On higher rep days, you can switch out for an easier progress and just normal chin-ups, but just a solid superset for mass and for strength. I just want to say I'm not particularly strong in this video, and that's because I'm quite heavy at the moment. I'm actually like 3 kilos heavier than I want to be, really, or a couple of kilos heavier, and the same sort of strength, so it hasn't balanced out quite yet. So I need to cut down a little bit, but maybe lose a little bit of muscle, but trying to maintain that strength. So thank you again for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you try it, what you think. Also, if you have any other things you want to see, I'm going to start trying to upload maybe twice a week when I do Q&A. So I'll try and do a Sunday video where it will be something like this, a tutorial and exercise related thing, and then maybe a midweek Q&A for you guys to ask what you want to ask and get your questions answered. So leave anything in the description down below you want to see. If not, I will catch you next time. Have a strong week. Peace.